man, it looks so crappy. It looks so blurry. Why is it so blurry? Is this blurry to everybody else too? I don't understand what I'm doing wrong here. Q-tip, get off my desk. Why is it so blurry? Let's see if I can fix the quality. I don't understand. How do I get more people to watch? God, it's just a waste of time sometimes. Is there anybody out there? It's not if you can hear me. This is nobody's watching it.
Ruckus.
That picks up like crazy. Huh?
You live yet?
Mm-hmm.
You are?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's watching or not, but I just got it live.
No. You like?
Yeah, it's live.
Yeah.
Like, you can go on YouTube right now and see it's live. Why?
Huh. Just want to say something.
Burn the fire. In the flames of fire. Burn, burn, burn. In the fire. I understand why ain't anybody watching. I walk the line. Springs of the ice. This is the headdress. We're going in time to the past. Hmm. Time with no sun. Right there. And the earth flips. You can't even see the. Oh, shit. Tree of life. Have some on it. A lot of people believe the tree of life is there. And then looks like the tree of life. Right there. Hmm. Here is our dragon. No, here is the dragon. It's the serpent that goes out. You're riding the walk. All the strange stuff here in the ocean. If you're watching this, tell me if you think this looks like a sphinx. See the two eyes, and then the nose, and then the mouth. It's like a serpent walking with the tail right here. And look, right here's a sunken building. That's a sunken building. Look, you can see the headdress, like the ancient Sumerians and ancient Egyptians wore right here. And in the same area, show you this. See right back there's the Sphinx. That's that sunken building. And you know how the pyramids are missing the capstone? Look at this. Does this not look like a capstone? Something that's like on the pyramids? I think this is the lost city of Atlantis. If it's not Atlantis, then this is Agartha or something. And that's clearly a capstone. Capstone? Sunken buildings? Oh, look right here is a... Look, it's like the top of a pyramid. It's a three-sided pyramid. See? 1, 2, 3. See, it's like right here at the beginning. Because right here is the sunken building. there. And then you can clearly see whatever in every single angle. It looks like a big giant sphinx. Like it even has the corners to their headdress. You can see how it's buried in the snow. I mean, that's two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. And this is the headdress. Here's something else. If you know the story of Gilgamesh from the Sumerians, show you something. Is that Mommy's princess? Okay. The flood in the Bible. You know, the Egyptians even talk about the flood. And you can clearly see on Google Earth that this is kind of the direction of the way that the flood came. All through this way. All through here. And look at this. See this big piece of land right here, this big triangle? Now look. Look at all these drawings in it. And you can even see what looks like triangles. Inside of triangles. Now I think they were giants. Because look at how big this land is compared to normal land. I mean, you can clearly see this piece of land from space. Everything that's going on in the world today is to hide this. Okay, let me show you. Okay, right, here's a normal. Like this is the normal size of the cities. Like, this is how little we are. And that's like a whole bunch of cities right there. And this big piece of land, this was the land of Gilgamesh, the ancient Sumerian that was flooded in the Bible. I found all kinds of cool things on Google Earth. Show something else. There's a reason why Mr. Putin wants the North Pole. I mean, he owns most of it. And I think that they're trying to find something lost. So I think that this right here is Atlantis. Because they had ancient mastodons, which is like a elephant top mammoth. You know, they rode them like, and it carried like stuff on their backs for them. I even found one of those frozen here. This is the frozen mastodon. Looks kind of like an elephant. Like that's his ears and his eyes. Tell me the Arctic Ocean, the North Pole, has a whole lost ancient city up there that they don't talk about. There's ancient technology there, and they want to. And the thing about this technology that the world needs to know is if they find it, Atlantis brought the fall on themselves because of this weapon, because this is what it did right here. Um, it's called the Vajra. It's, the weapon of Thor, the lightning weapon of Zeus. They say something kind of like what Nikola Tesla is also talking about, with the energy, electricity flowing all over the globe for power all over the world. Well, let's say that something happened and it struck the land, and then when it struck the land, it, zapped it all the way down through here, which caused the flood, and it caused, okay, this land right here, I'm going to show you, Switzerland. Now, if you was to get something and bend it, it would break at the bend if it's too dry, like this. Princess, get her out. Come on, go on. Okay, so see how it's bent? I think this was somehow originally like straight out right here when Thor or Zeus zapped the land that caused a great flood. Oh yeah, also another thing I want to mention. A lot of people talk about Atlantis, but I don't think they're really doing their homework on it. Because what Plato said is that the city of Atlantis was on a rectangular continent. Okay, this was just the continent itself. The city, it had the concentric rings. So, a triangular continent that's been destroyed and sunk to the ocean floor, does this not look like a rectangle out here? Like this whole thing is a rectangle, and it matches all the measurements of what Plato said for the continent. And then he described the city of Atlantis was smaller and in the center, which is all right here. You can kind of see ring-like shapes. Not to mention that all this area is where I'm not finding everything else at. The dragon serpents, the Sphinx. Still think the Sphinx is pretty crazy. Frozen Sphinx of the ice. I mean, this right here, that's clearly not natural.
You looking for me?
Nope, not looking for you. I'm just staring at this thing all day long. It's like this is the frozen Sphinx. This is the lost city of Atlantis. I mean, watching the History Channel. I watch the History Channel. I watch like all that stuff where people go searching for Atlantis. But they're looking in places that's irrelevant. I mean, it's like they're not listening to the description of it and just guessing. You know, go by like everything that Plato said. The time, the the Dark Ages. I mean, there's only one place on Earth where it gets dark at for like so many days and hours, and like during certain ecliptics, like it'll be dark for like whole years, and that's at the North Pole. And if you think about the story of Santa Claus, apparently Santa Claus was this old man with white curly hair and a white beard. Kind of sounds like a Sumerian to me. And a lot of people believe that the Anunnaki Sumerians, they created humans, which is a lie. We were all created by God. God created them. God created us. They came here and invaded our land, and because they were more powerful than us, they controlled us and made us call them gods. They're not the gods. They're just a creation of the one God. And this is one of their ancient structures, I think. They were sphinx-like creatures. They were giants. Okay, I'm going to show you something else. We're going to go to the pyramids in Egypt because I found something there too. I found all kinds of stuff in Egypt. Oh yeah, another thing too. You know the story of the Garden of Eden and the Tree of Life. There was 4 rivers, 4 heads coming from the Tree of Life. And apparently this is one of them right here. But is it not strange how that riverhead looks like this riverhead? So it's like, maybe 4 rivers coming from the Tree of Life with like 4 large river heads. This is 2. Then I have to find the other 2, which they would be dried to Ethiopia. Everybody knows the story of the Ark of the Covenant, supposedly being in Ethiopia. But this is a dried up river, so that's the 3rd river to the Tree of Life. You want to see the 4th river, Tree of Life? Right here. This is the Mississippi River, which also ran backwards during an earthquake, just like the Nile River ran backwards at one time. But see how it's got the riverhead too? It's all up through here. And the Appalachian Mountains, I'll show you something about it. I think that all of this like right through there. You can see the curve, then a little dot right here in Nashville, then all this, which is the Appalachian Trail. See this, the curve of the Appalachian Trail. I think all of this floated down here from, like this is all it. They all drifted down here during the flood, down through here, and right here where the same little markings is. This is possibly maybe a old marking of land of where the Appalachian Mountains once was. Because it looks the same. So let's say that this rectangular continent that it once was back in the day a long time ago, something happened. They had technology that they shouldn't have been using, and they caused the fall on themselves. Their land broke apart like all this. Their land broke apart. Some of it sunk down under the sea, which is the ice sphinx that I showed you earlier, and then some of it drifted through the current of the oceans, which is down through this way. Just came swashing down through, follow these lines, and it comes up on here, and then the land kind of wraps itself up on this corner here, and then it keeps coming down, and that's how it forms the panhandle of Florida. And you can even look at this and tell that these two lands just it broke apart and came together. All this isn't the same one because the Mississippi River runs all the way down through here. It's like a divide. I should know who was watching right now. But okay. Oh, the Bermuda Triangle has a lot of other stuff too. Look at this odd looking shape. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's going to clear up so I can show you. I don't know if it's because I'm streaming, it's making everything blurry. Come on. It's not going to load up. Oh no. This looks like a giant leaf. Yeah, the tree of life. The leaves were healings for the nations, as we all said. And these look like real leaves. And I think this is one of the heads from the tree of life. So maybe if I close this and come back, it'll clear up. I don't understand how all these other YouTubers have like thousands of people watching them. They must have sold their souls. That's all I can think. The only one person watching me right now is God. Then lead me. Okay, I'm gonna close this and see if I can. Hmm. Okay.
Is by what's been going. Going on. Thank you. Thank you.
So
As we're
wrapping up,
one of the things that I really have to say is wrapping up. One of the things that I really have to say is
No. Okay.
the journey that we've been going on is so very dramatic for me.
So
we've gone all the way from the
Hold on.
birth of stars. And we have all the way from the distant galaxies to the birth of stars. This is where we all began. This was the whole point of the James Webb Space Telescope, to figure out our origins from the very, very early days of the universe to star and planet formation very nearby. So right now, I'm very honored to have our last special guest. This is the administrator of NASA, Bill Nelson. An honor to be with you, sir.
Hey, what a pleasure. What
Yeah, but Bill God gives me the creeps.
what a banner day. It's clear that Webb represents the best of NASA. It maintains our ability to propel us forward for science, for risk-taking, for inspiration. And we don't want to ever stop exploring the heavens, nor stop daring to take another step forward for humanity. In the words of the famous Carl Sagan, somewhere something incredible is waiting to be known. I think those words are becoming reality.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Michelle.
An honor to
Go, Kiki. Princess? Princess, don't leave. Ooh. Princess. 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 Oh, what are you doing?
Hey guys, today we're going into an extraordinary ancient temple called Tirupperundurai. And inside this temple, there are unbelievable carvings that
We're going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
You're dealing with all of these objects that are hanging out.
Hey guys, today we're going into an extraordinary ancient temple called Tirupperundurai. And inside this temple, there are unbelievable carvings that can rewrite history. When we enter this chamber, your eyes are naturally attracted to the deity inside the chamber. But look on top of the doorway. On the lintel, you see a number of patterns. What are they? What do they mean? Are they meaningless patterns carved just for decoration? No, let's take a closer look at them. In chemistry classes, we learned about molecules made of different atoms. Are these molecules, or are they simple flower designs? Don't they remind you of stars in the sky? Yes, these are 27 lunar stations called nakshatras. You can see these stations in the night sky. Lunar station, that's a fancy word, right? What is that? It's not a space station or something like that. Take the sky or the ecliptic and you can split that into 27 segments using groups of stars as markers for each segment. Each segment is called a nakshatra or a star system. Why? To calculate time, dates, seasons, everything can be done using these nakshatras. Today, most people think these are used solely for astrology. But think about how ancient people calculated time during the night. Did they not have any indicators of how to tell time during nighttime? No, you can tell time by following the positions of stars. groups of stars, etc. So these nakshatras were also used in astronomy. But are these carvings really showing lunar stations, or am I just guessing? You can see these inscriptions here. These are written in ancient Tamil language, and I can read them even today. Here it says Uttaram, here it says Puram. It's called Purva in Sanskrit. These are the names of the lunar stations or nakshatras clearly written under each rectangle. And inside each rectangle, we can see the shape and position of stars. So there's no doubt that these are, in fact, nakshatras. And this script also tells us something important. This is an ancient script that is somewhat different from today's script used in Tamil language. They've used a big circle to represent the sound. This is not how we write Tamil today. This confirms that these carvings were done during ancient times. But these carvings are not supposed to exist in this ancient temple. They should not be showing these details. Why am I saying this? Look at this rectangle. This is called Maga, and you can clearly see 4 stars making up the lunar station. This is called Regulus in today's astronomy, but the strange feature is that Regulus or Maga will appear to be a single star for the naked eye. And only when you use a telescope, you realize that it's made of 4 stars, Regulus A, B, C, and D. Yet, these 4 stars and its positions are accurately carved under the name Maga. So, without using an advanced telescope, how could ancient builders carve these details? Here's another one. This text says Revati, which refers to Zeta Piscium in modern astronomy. This is a quintuple star system, meaning it's made of 5 stars. Quintuple means made of 5. But again, all these 5 stars are not visible to the naked eye, and we need a telescope to see the 5 stars. But surprisingly, these 5 stars and their positions are carved accurately in this ancient temple.
So you want to know where to invest $1,000 right now? Well, forget about stocks, real estate, or cryptocurrency. There is a little known trend taking America by storm right now called
There are no forests on Earth. When you read this headline out loud, even with the exclamation mark at the end, every sensible person will say that I'm out of my mind, and you will want to show me tons of photos with images of forests. I want you to believe that this is another trick. They make us think that this is a forest when you actually are looking at 30-meter bushes. This is total bullshit and nonsense, you will say to me. Of course we know what forests look like, because we've all walked in them. Well, I expect that's how you will react, and that's fair. But after watching this video, its headline won't seem so strange to you, because you will reverse your concept of forests by 360 degrees. And now, first things first. We will begin with a well-known picture. Children see 9 dolphins on it, but adults see 2 lovers. A huge difference, don't you think? Try to see dolphins on it and see how hard it is. Feminine fruities just won't transform into dolphins for most adults. And that's funny because it's the opposite for kids.
Feminine fruities just won't transform.
There is only one picture, but we see it completely differently. What is more, children and adults can't exchange perceptions. Why is this the case? It is simple. Eyes see the way the Matrix ordered them to, but that's not the way the real world looks. Our eyes become traitors over time. We were blinded while in childhood. The outward world is quite different. We see things through a prism of habit and experience. And this prism distorts everything completely. At 30 years of age, this prism works to protect your mind. And at 40, you could go crazy without this prism. Do you think I'm exaggerating? Look at this photo.
You know how every night, how I talk about how I'm always hampered? Yeah, you need to, you're going to kill yourself, honey. Listen now, quiet. Listen. I'm on, come on. I was not very unfortunately false. But listen.
Listen.
What is this?
Just listen. It's a threat.
Is that a new podcast?
No, okay.
What's that on?
Damn it. I can't rewind it, so.
What's that on? Is that what it's
Listen.
called? What is that on?
This is the news station, Red Dawn Radio.
Is it on the...
Oh, that's only on Rumble. You know that.
Look, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hear crickets and frogs and birds outside this window every single
I can
night.
tell you why.
Why is there no sounds?
The radio. I mean, it's too cold outside for
No,
work.
honey, I just heard all the shit last night. I heard all my critters last night. There's no sounds.
This is your sound. Been looking for this sound for 2 weeks.
I told you, chemtrails, man, they're polluting the air. They're trying to either they're trying to mutate us by chemicals in the air, or they're trying to kill certain kinds of people with chemicals in the air.
I've been looking for that sound for like 2 weeks, man. Well, I'm gonna stop burning. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up.
I'm claiming that it is from a mesa that was formed from a magmatic melt from the Earth's depths about 200 million years ago. You think I'm out of my mind? Maybe you're out of your mind. You will understand soon. We'll come back to this plot of grass later. For now, remember how we bumped into this old stump. Sometimes humans even try to take photos trying to hug the unhuggable trunk of a tree. But really, think about it. Old trees are a rarity. They are all registered, they are tracked, and are being kept in reserves, like memorials of nature. There is an uproar on the internet about forests. Why all forests in the earth, even in Siberia, are not older than 200 years old?
Because they're new trees.
Where are all the giants?
The flood and Atlantis took them all out.
Hey, you ever seen a wealthy person or a wealthy family or a jet owner? Like, I got a jet, I'm sorry, you know. You ever done that, seen that, and wondered, what would they do? What did they do to get it? And number two, what would they do to get it all over again? Or could they even?
It is right that the people are in an uproar about it, but I want to look at the problem from another angle, from the side of the Earth's poles. The thing is that even Soviet biologists found strangeness in the poles, and unnatural amounts of water kept in the ice and snow. And there's an unnatural percentage of carbon dioxide in the world's oceans. This abnormal concentration tells us exactly about a worldwide fire of the past. Using simple math, those scientists come to the conclusion that those fires carried away 99% of the Earth's biosphere. We all know that living cells consist of hydrogen and carbon, So the ice in the poles are made mostly from water, from burned organisms. And now think about this number, 99%. It means that everything that now grows, crawls, flies, swims, and runs on the earth is 20,000 times less in volume than before this catastrophe. 20,000 times. To imagine this, look at this picture. This piece of bread is humans, plants, animals. Just this pathetic small piece of bread on this large transport truck represents Earth's biosphere before those times. I hope you understand that today's myth of overpopulation is just pure hoax and nonsense. 100%. But here's the problem. Biologists divided this number between all the continents and only calculated into this figure the dry land, not all the ice and snow that is on the earth. And there's a lot of snow and ice. Fact is fact. But as always, illumination can come suddenly, and stereotypical thinking is to blame. 30-meter tall forests are like a virus that takes over both our brains and especially the brains of biologists, which prevent us from finding a solution to this problem. If plants can't fit broadwise, then we should fit them upwards, and then it should make sense. In this new theory, hypothetical forests of unthinkable height were drawn. And here's the thing. We found these old photos. This is the vandalous felling of the sequoias in the California redwood between 1880 and 1920. And there's a lot of snow and ice. Fact is fact. But as always, illumination can come suddenly, and stereotypical thinking is to blame. 30-meter tall forests are like a virus that takes over both our brains and especially the brains of biologists, which prevent us from finding a solution to this problem. If plants can't fit broadwise, then we should fit them upwards, and then it should make sense. In this new theory, hypothetical forests of unthinkable height were drawn. And here's the thing. We found these old photos. This is the vandalous felling of the sequoias in the California redwood between 1880 and 1920. Our brains, and especially the brains of were drawn. And here's the thing. We found these old photos. This is the vandalous felling of the
What morons.
sequoias in the California redwood between 1880 and 1920. These trees miraculously survived the planet's bombardment in 1816. Just imagine how many years this tree needs to grow to these sizes. Then these terrible men come with saws and axes. 1, 2, and no more tree.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity.
In proportion of this tree, we can see a rule. The diameter of the stump is 3 times bigger than the woodcutter's or feller's growth. Let's look at this formula. You just think about it. You are entering a forest that is not usually 30 meters, but 100 meters. Here are your fairy forests from fairy tales and books. Forests that are lost because of such barbarians. I understand that they are just wage workers, and they must feed their families, that this is just an order from above. But if every single woodcutter refused to carry out